like just the idea of normalizing disappointment,
Mm-hmm.
and that that is a process that is going to happen in relationship. It's normal, and dealing with unprocessed disappointment leads to resentment, which can lead to separation and things like that. Um, and then I think back to just like the way that I was brought up. It like the worst thing that could be said to me was,
I'm
"I'm
disappointed in you.
disappointed in you,"
Yeah.
and so like I can remember just like that then conditions me to be like disappointment is bad,
Oh,
and I need to like do everything in my power to not disappoint this other party.
sure. Which ends up sometimes going over your
Oh
boundaries
yeah, for
and
sure.
theirs.
Sure, it creates the people
Yeah.
pleasing. It creates the like I'll step over whatever I need to step over of my own boundaries in order to fix
Mm-hmm.
and
I want to,
ameliorate or make their disappointment not as harsh.
sure. I want to not disappoint this person, knowing it's going to disappoint this person, this person, this
Expand.
person.
What do you mean?
Oh, like, I mean, it's not something I feel like you do anymore, but trying to make someone happy and going, oh, this person will get over it. They can be disappointed. I'm okay with this person's disappointment, not this person's.
Well, yeah, it becomes a like a battle of like, okay, there is going to be disappointment here, but this person could handle it better, or this one won't be as bad, or oh, I can't keep disappointing this other person,
Sure.
and so there's this like it creates a lot of energy spent
Yeah.
in just figuring out how to make everyone happy, and sometimes that just doesn't happen. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
get to happen, and people are going to be disappointed, and so the
And
idea of
disappointment
normalizing
is okay.
is okay.
I don't
Yep.
have to caretake you through your disappointment. I can state it lovingly. Hey, Sarah, do you want to go have sex in like 5 minutes?
No, I don't. That would be a direct thing.
That would be a direct, which is fine. But like, would would you like to try it again?
um,
And I could add some like juice to it, like, oh my god, I'm so excited to be with you. I've been so excited. I love our energy right now. I'd love to go upstairs and like play with that energy together. What do you say?
I'm excited to do that too. It has been really fun. We've been in good energy. I don't want to do that in 5 minutes. That does not
Mm,
feel like the right timing
yeah.
for me. Nor even in an hour.
So hour and 5 minutes.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I appreciate the. I don't want you right now. I do love our energy. I do want to do that with you. I'm not ready to lock down a time yet. But can we flirt? Can we play with it? Can we like share some eros in this moment without the expectation of it happening anytime soon? Like, I don't feel disappointment in that.
Mm.
I feel disappointment in just being dismissed. No. Cricket, cricket.
And aren't we talking about like, did I just then um, do something to help ease your disappointment?
Sure.
And aren't we talking about being okay with disappointment?
Yes, there is still disappointment, and I can be mine and fine with it. But there's like it's like I like to think of it talking to the kids about like, hey mom, can we go see a movie today? No. Will we ever go see a movie? Is it ever going to happen? So then instead of just no, no, that doesn't work today. Let's find a time that works for all of us to do that. After my next paycheck, let's go ahead and put it on the calendar and we'll do it. That way we can plan it, we can get tickets, we can do all of that. It is a mitigating, but in a realistic way. It's not just
Sure.
no,
Acknowledging that person's
it's
thoughts and
acknowledging their
feelings or their
desire.
idea, their desire. Ooh.
Yeah. So my desire is sexy time with you. The kid's desire is to go see a movie, and if we just say no, or throw it out to like we will someday, that doesn't feel like
It
it's
feels
a plan.
like an empty.
Making some sort of
Yeah.
plan or moving forward together, and it might be a honestly, kids, I don't know when we're going to get to do that. Our calendar's really busy, and I want to do that, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Or, Van, I am not in that space right now. My calendar's really full. I don't know when we'll get to, but it is important for me to do that with you, and I'm excited to. Like, I can still be disappointed that it's not like in my time frame, but I can get some excitement that Van, I want to, and we'll find a time at some point here.
I think disappointment is kind of linked with expectation also.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like maybe like we'll go with the kids on that moment where they might say, hey, it's summertime. I don't have anything going on. And kind of have formulated an idea or set an expectation in their head of this is the thing that I really want to do. And then, there's that moment of taking the other person's thoughts and feelings into consideration, their plans that they might already have, things like that, and then like really co-creating that moment together, whatever it is.
You mean like Nora wanting us to go pick up her friend while we already had plans? And so we didn't just say no, deal with it. We said we can't do that right now because we already have plans. We could do that sometime after 1. And if that doesn't end up fitting into her plans for that day, it's like, we want to do everything this morning. And right now that doesn't work for us, and I'm
Right.
really sorry.
Or maybe that's a call for
But
her
that's
to
it.
get creative, the
Yeah.
friend to get creative to figure out her
Mm-hmm.
transportation. Yeah.
But yeah, disappointment happens all the time. We're constantly disappointed. But like, how do you receive disappointment? And how do you give an answer that could be taken as big disappointment or whatnot? And a lot of that is like finding that calm in yourself. If I come to you with expectation of, I expect you to go upstairs with me in 5 minutes. Some people might find that dominance hot. That's not how you and I work like that.
Right.
But if it's a, go back inside, please. We're right in the middle of something.
But how old are pines and boots?
This is a very important question. Like 9 years old? Almost 10? Where was I? Expectation. Okay.
I'm throwing them at the pool.
Oh shoot! Yeah, where were we?
Yeah, well, the discussion of expectation. If I come to you expecting that it's going to happen without communicating with you, instead of asking, can it happen?
Right, we're setting
Like-
ourselves up for
Yeah.
disappointment.
Because we came to it with an expectation.
Right.
Oh, it's date night. We're going to do this. Oh, you got tired. Oh, we ate too much. I am usually disappointed when that happens, but it's mitigated quite a bit when you're like, I know it didn't happen. I'm disappointed too. We're going to find a time soon
Right.
because I want this too.
And when I can simply sit and recognize your disappointment in that and say, oh yeah, we did get way too full at dinner. I don't have it in me. I'm going to fall asleep also.
Yeah, we should stop eating Thai food before sex.
I mean, seriously. So, but, like, when I'm okay to sit with your disappointment and just, like, hear you express that without me feeling like I have to do anything about it,
Mm-hmm.
like the feeling like I have to do something about it leads to, for me
Yeah.
to feel like feelings of obligation, which then pretty quickly turn into resentment for me. And I can really see the slippery slope
Oh, yeah.
toward from not being okay with receiving disappointment.
So you
Thank
put it
you.
out.
And
I would have been disappointed to be pulled away.
um,
Sorry.
yeah, like it quickly goes into a territory of obligation and resentment when I have to like fix
Yes. If we had that same scenario, we ate too much, or you ate too much, like it normally doesn't affect me as much as it does you, and you're tired now. I can go if it's just no, I'm tired, roll over, go to sleep. Then it's up to me to not just lay there and huff and puff. Maybe I need to get up and go do something else because I have this like sexual energy in my body and I want to move forward with it. But it's really soothing to me to hear you say, I'm too tired tonight, but I'm excited to. Let's find a time soon. I'd love to cuddle in with you and connect that way. That takes away my like, okay, we still get to do this at some point, and I still get to connect with you tonight. Like, yeah. It doesn't feel, it's still a disappointment that we didn't get to do the one thing, but it's not a dismissing me.
Right.
Feeling.
Right. It's still connected. We might have shifted.
Yeah.
But we're still connected.
Yeah. We were in a phase where you were like, no, I don't want to have sex for a while.
Yeah.
And that was a big disappointment area for me.
It was really hard to tell you that.
Yeah, yeah. What helped in there? Because I was, for a while, I was that like huff and puff on the side of the bed, rolling over, get, see how sad I am, see how upset I am. Do you feel my disappointment? Like I was a little bitch. But I think part of it was when I moved past that and went, fuck, thank you for taking care of yourself. I'm going to go take care of myself, whether that's masturbation, whether that is just going and playing a video game, or just reading a book and going to sleep, and not going and huffing and puffing.
I think that it was you that
Yeah.
changed first because I
That's
look
what I'm
at
saying.
that, yeah, because I would say I initially received the like disappointment huffing puffing as even more what I would consider demand
Yeah.
and then obligation on my part. So
Sure.
then I went even farther out of my boundaries and be like, well, fine, I'm just going to...
Yeah, and there's nothing less
and
sexy than being an obligation.
Exactly. So at a certain point, I think you said, I'm going to say no to this because this is not the kind of experience. It's
Mhm.
very disconnected. It's not the kind of experience that I want. And you really stood up to say, that's like, I'm going to say no to that kind of interaction. And almost for a while then I was like, oh, let me off the hook,
Yeah.
you know?
Which I received at that time is like, I don't have to deal with you anymore. Which was really a rough feeling.
Yeah,
And
for
we
sure.
didn't talk through it because we weren't ready to then. But to understand it, say, the obligation is off of me. Now I feel the desire to be with you, not the demand to be with you.
Right.
Which is really big.
Yeah, it is. And like when the obligation was off, like actually off, then that created almost like that fresh soil, the fertile ground
Yeah.
to have the seedlings of my desire really, I don't know.
They were sprouts a little
Take-
while back. What are they now?
They're little plants. Like I feel like it's spring. It's moving into summer. Like
How can I assist in your growth in that area? What can I do to fertilize and,
Like-
and water? And,
It's really standing for connection. It's
Yeah.
it's that, and then it's me doing my own internal work too. Like it's not you doing all these things. It's
that's why I said assist.
yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not my job to take care of you, to watch her constantly. Oh, it's you don't have desire because I'm not doing this, 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 and this.
Right, right. You
It's
don't
not that sort of
exactly,
thing.
Exactly.
It's not that I need to up my game in a sense of like buy more flowers and you know. But there are things that like can be bothers to you, like demand.
I like. I think back to that phrase. If you want me to, like, be free to say, or if you want to hear my yes, make it easy for me to say no.
Yeah.
Um, and because that is really when it feels in choice, chosen, desired, and not in the realm of obligation.
Yeah.
And so it's just interesting how, like, the topic of disappointment is really weaved into obligation and resentment and demand, things like this.
Yeah, and it can stem from so many other areas. Your no might not be a no to me in the sense of like, it's not that I don't want to be with you. It could be you're tired, you're full. It could be that something triggered an old uh, trauma, and that's what you're saying no to. You know, there's so many things that it can be.
Right.
It's not usually I'm a no to you, Van.
Totally.
I'm a no to this situation right now. But I heard it as I'm saying no to you, Van. I'm rejecting you, not rejecting this experience with you right now, which is why I like to hear not just no, but thank you for your desire. I'm not able to do that right now. Let's find a time. And we don't have to then open our calendars and look for it right then. But to what I find really lovely is that conversation, and then for you to come to me later and say, tomorrow morning, you're mine, or something like that. Because then it's you doing the initiating when it's usually me, and nothing's hotter than being come to and asked for someone who is always the asker.
Totally.
Usually the asker.
Fair enough. Like talking through it right now, that seems like a very easy thing. Sometimes when I'm stuck in my emotions and have felt the obligation feeling, or especially if I'm saying, "Oh no, I'm actually like I can remember when it's felt like really intimidating to be like, actually I ate too much, and then I had like this guilt,
Sure.
shame feeling come up, and then I'm worried about your reaction, and so then I'm almost like speaking from this fear standpoint, which I think you hone in on, and then you're like, oh, you know, she doesn't want to be with me, you know, and then it's almost like a reaction moment where like one could easily get in their feelings.
So you said a fear moment. What are you afraid of?
Disappointment. Afraid
So
of disappointing
need
you.
to be, you need to be okay with disappointing.
Yes.
And it's not that. Let me rephrase that. You don't need to be okay with disappointing me. You need to be okay with my disappointment.
Right.
Because I'm the one who gets to be disappointed. Whatever you say, it's not you doing it to
And
me.
I would say most recently, like, I'm feeling disappointed too. Like, oh no, I didn't mean to eat so much at dinner.
Thank
And
you.
you're welcome.
Aw.
And so I'm genuinely disappointed too. It's like I feel the tired feeling coming on. I'm like, oh, damn it.
But the food was good.
The food was good. We had so much fun.
It's almost like a planning thing.
Yeah.
Like what we did the other day. We had sex, then went out to eat.
I mean, it really was
I'm
fun.
almost always up for that because building up that little, hunger.
And then you're actually like, yeah, exactly.
And then we
You're,
get
like,
to eat the
hungry
food
afterwards,
without like, what are we gonna do after?
Right?
Do I have to be careful how much I eat?
I mean,
So like that could be a
there's
strategy.
people out in the world who are like, oh yeah, we've had that strategy since
Duh,
day one.
yeah. But I'm like, you can build a strategy into it when you know that's what happens.
Right.
Or it can be I'm gonna actually go ahead and ask them to box half of this right now.
Right.
but it's so good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But my disappointment doesn't belong to you, and you need to stop taking it on, which you've done quite well. And when I didn't feel you taking it on,
Mm-hmm.
it released for me too to go, oh, she's really holding her own here. She's not falling into the trap that I used to set, the little guilt traps. Guilt trips.
Do you feel more expressed and seen too when I can just receive your
Fuck yes.
disappointment?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Because it's mine. I get to have it, and you kept taking it on.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't inviting you to take it on most of the time.
Mm.
Like, if I was guilt tripping, that was just me being an asshole. But that's how I dealt with it at the time. That was like my really bad coping mechanism. Because sometimes you would give in, which was never
Ooh.
great sex.
No, it wasn't. I kind of feel like it makes me go, ooh.
Yeah, right? No, me too.
Right.
Me too. But at the times that I was disappointed and you would like, ugh, and take it on and like be annoyed at me for being disappointed, I'm like, but I'm allowed to be disappointed. I'm not throwing my disappointment at you like those other times. I'm allowed to have it. If I'm throwing it at you, you can receive that however you want, or you can go, I'm not here for that. But like, you can also respect, oh, he's disappointed and that's his.
Mm-hmm.
And usually that gives me a chance to work through it. It's kind of like if you get triggered by something, you need a little space.
Mm-hmm.
So when I don't know if triggered is the right word, but disappointed, it's something that you can ask me if you have the space for it. What would help you through this disappointment right now? Do you want space? Would you like cuddles? Would you like to talk a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that opening it up to like, I've got me,
Mm-hmm.
and you're in this moment. How can
Yeah.
I love you through it while staying in my boundaries?
Yeah. Or just to witness your disappointment.
Yeah, well, and that, but you asking me would
Yeah.
be a chance for me to say, no, I'm good. This is just what I'm. My body's feeling it. I'm feeling disappointed,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not asking you to change your boundaries or
Right.
change anything. I might sometimes like you're new to the no, but I'm excited to blah blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
and so it used to be. Can you add to that? Can you negotiate with me something instead of just no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And usually I'm not saying negotiate this specific time. It was more of like, hey, I'm desiring you and you've just told me you don't desire me. And that's really hard to hear when I'm in my, like, hi baby. It's sort of energy. And for you to go, yeah.
I just didn't take your bid at all. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But that's okay
Mm-hmm.
because you don't have to desire me back. Not,
Mhm.
but it is nice to like witness me of, oh, I see you're in this and you're showing me all this love and what you want to experience physically with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to experience that with you too, but I'm not there tonight. That that feels so much better than no, roll over and go to sleep.
I was just thinking about like some conditioning. I don't know if it's familial, like with my family, or if it's um, just almost like a societal, patriarchal thing. But kind of, I guess, I can remember both seeing modeling and feeling this way, where like, oh, this man is having this feeling. I need to go about do whatever it is to like,
Mother him.
yeah. Is it whether that could be like, oh, they can't find a thing. Everybody else in the house needs to drop whatever they're doing to go also look for the thing, or oh, this person needs this thing. And yeah, it is that mothering. That is kind of mothering because I, you
Yeah.
know, like thinking about it from kids too.
But I also hear what you're saying of the patriarch has spoken, he can't find something.
Yeah. And this is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Where was I going
Can't
with
find my
that?
pants. Nobody move.
Nobody move.
Inside jokes are fun.
Yeah. Oh, what was I? Oh, just I guess then like a fixing need, So like it feels very ingrained to say, oh, you're having disappointment, you're having a feeling. I need to go about fixing that thing.
Gotcha.
You know.
And you don't. You don't
Right.
need to fix it. Like sometimes I just need to sit with it and experience it.
Right.
Kind of. What's the word? Like getting a shot or having blood drawn. You can just go, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts. Or you can actually go, stop, slow down. Okay, yeah, there's a sting. What do I feel? Can I feel that in other parts of my body? Is it all right here? And when you meditate and focus in on it, and like, it takes some of the sting away of it. Not like you're focused on this hurts, this hurts, this hurts. But like, what are the actual things happening? Okay, a needle is in, they're drawing blood. Can I actually feel that? Like, that's how I go into those situations, and it takes the sting away from it. But if I'm feeling disappointed and I don't explore how does this feel, and you just come and caretake me, I don't get to experience it and move forward and do better next time.
Yeah, exactly. Like you haven't learned or had a chance to like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, ingrain it and learn from it. Pain, unless it's something you just have all the time in your body, and it's frustrating and you have to numb to it. Pain is something that we get to learn from.
I was also thinking earlier about like if I have this, I'm saying this almost from experience where, like if I have that assumption of like, oh, you're having this feeling, I need to go about and like fix it, correct it, mitigate it in some way, then if I then the next day have that feeling and you don't go about fixing it, mitigating it, and like scurrying around for me,
Sure.
then like that's also a place of resentment
Yeah.
that could build up.
Well, and I'd say for what, 13, 14 years minimum of our marriage, that it was caretaking back and forth constantly. Oh, you need this, let me go get that for you. Even if it goes against what I was planning on doing, or if I was already in the middle of something, let me drop it and come take care of you. And we don't do that anymore. It is can you help me with this? No, I'm in the middle of something right now, but I can in a little bit.
Right.
Can you wait 5 minutes? If it's an emergency, we'll come and help.
Right.
But we don't do that caretake. Oh, I'm really sad. Gotcha. How are you going to take care of yourself?
Right? What are you gonna
Versus,
do?
oh, do you need me to make you, should I get you a bath? Should I do this? Should I do that? Like, that's nice to do sometimes, but that's caretaking isn't a bad thing. It's caretaking when it goes outside of your boundaries.
Right. I'm even
Or when
thinking,
it's like an expectation of caretake.
yeah, like it even makes me think about like the hovering parent, like
Yeah.
I think we've made a lot of strides in like if somebody is like, oh, I need this, and we're like, how are you going to do that?
Yeah. Yes.
Good on you.
We are not hover parents.
No.
Where's our 6-year-old right now? She's probably
know where
inside
she
with
is.
a friend. But she does come and ask us, can I go to my friend's house? It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
she disappears on us.
Or it's like, I'm hungry. Okay, what are you going to do about that? You can get the step stool. You can get the milk out.
You get cereal,
you
yeah.
Can, like,
Mm-hmm.
you got this, boo.
I want ramen. Okay, you're going to need to wait 30 minutes because we're in
Right.
the middle of a conversation.
Right. But here are your choices in the meantime.
Yeah.
What can we do to
But like,
fix that?
we have become much better together because we're not constantly caretaking each other outside of our boundaries,
Yeah.
outside of our own desires. Like if you have had a rough day, I get excited to offer, getting the bath ready. I'll make dinner tonight, things like that. But if I have plans that night and I'm out, I'm like, how are you going to take care of yourself?
Right.
I'm not going to cancel all of my plans and make a bath
Oh,
for you
totally.
and fix dinner.
And I don't
if
want
you're,
that
like,
because you'd be in
upset.
resentment about it.
Exactly. Because it feels like a demand when you're like, aren't you going to do this for me and cancel your plans? You know, there are times where I'll cancel my plans if you're sick.
Sure.
Or if something big has happened and I'm willing and able.
Even then, though, I'm kind of like, you would probably just be like, okay, kids, mom's not feeling well.
Leave mom alone tonight.
Right.
She's got her. Nor you're in charge.
Right.
Don't be a
Here are
dick to
some
your
dinner
sister.
ideas. Right.
There's popcorn. There's a freezer pizza. You got this.
Oh. Yeah.
Disappointment is a big issue for relationships. And I'm really excited how much we have mitigated that. I really pronounced that
You
word.
did.
Mitigated. I really appreciate how we've moved out of that expectation. And disappointment has kind of gone to the wayside in its depths and pain as we've reviewed or removed expectation.
It's what? What?
As we've removed expectation, disappointment has gone out of its power. And it's like, oh, I'm disappointed, but I'm not going to throw my disappointment at you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right. Maybe it's like stating I feel disappointment, but not like speaking from like my wounding of like
Oh, yeah.
speaking out of disappointment.
I'm so disappointed.
Right.
Versus like, oh, I'm really feeling disappointed, but that's mine.
Right.
Like I often say that as a reminder. I'm disappointed, but that's mine.
Right.
And I'm taking care of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I love when you state that. Like
Yeah.
it really feels like you're owning something.
I'm possessive of this. You can't-
It's my goddamn disappointment. Cool. What else about the topic of disappointment?
Oh, 100 other things, but I think that's pretty good for the moment. Do you want to have a high five?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about knuckles instead? You look so disappointed. And I smiled through it. I'm like, "Mwah."
I'm good with that.
Yeah. How about a kiss?
Aww.
If you want.
Mm.
Well, when you do that, I think you want more than a kiss.
With the eyebrows.
Mm-hmm. These are my sexy eyebrows.
How about a hug?
I would love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you.
I love you.
Hashtag winning.
There it is. This was a fun chat. Thank you.
Thank you.